Hi everybody, welcome back to a Treasure Lee Kit Club YouTube channel. What I've got for you today is a simple tutorial on these fun fold out cards. We've got one here and the other one here, and this is what our card looks like. It's a cute little fun fold out card. And I'm going to take you through the steps on how to create this and give you all the dimensions on the cards so you can follow along and create your own at home. But before we get into it, make sure you head over to our website at www.treasureleekits.com and check out the May card kit and all the rest of the kits and chipboard that we have on the site. And make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on the video so that you'll be notified every time we upload another video. So we're going to go ahead and get into the tutorial of these cards. Had these left over from a kit, and I said, okay, this should be fun with these, so we're going to go ahead and make these. And this is what they look like. It's a little card you lift up, and it's got a little peekaboo pocket on the inside. These are no longer available, but what I will do is put the measurements on the screen of all three pieces so that you can make this. I'll put them down below because their directions are on the inside, so I'm going to go through them with you real quick. And we already did a little bit of prepping. So first off, you want to take your card base, and this one is 8 3/4 by 5.5. So it's 8 3/4 by 5.5. This side is 2 inches, and there's a score, and then this side is 2.5 inches. There's a score there. So your inside piece is 4 1/4. Okay, and what you want to do is, what our directions do is tell us to put some adhesive on the top and the bottom. So I've got my adhesive tape there. Now your inside piece comes pre-scored. It is 5.5 by 3.5, and it's scored a 1/2 inch here, and then it's scored 1.5 inches here. And it comes straight, so we want you to fold this piece. Oh, I've got it backwards. Okay, so they want you to do a Z fold, so you want this piece to fold in and this piece to fold under. Now what you're going to do is, I'm going to decorate mine before I put the adhesive on, but basically you're going to take the piece with the adhesive and you're going to fold it up against here, and then you're just going to fold that over. So when you open it up, you'll have the adhesive on that, and then you're going to fold that up, and then you're going to take the adhesive off and fold that, and then that way you have your card. And then when you fold it down, it's like that. So we're going to decorate our card first. And, oh, I'm sorry, and the belly band, this is your belly band to keep your card together, and you want to put some adhesive on one side of that too. The belly band is 10 inches by 2 inches, and it's scored 2 inches here, 2 inches here, and the inside is almost like 4.5. Is that right? Yeah, so wait. Alright. So actually I did the wrong piece. I was supposed to put it on the 2-inch piece, but I did it on the other side. So we'll just have to work it out. So yeah, this one is 2 inches. Oh no, they're both the same. So we're good. We're good. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to start on the inside of the card. And if you saw the cards I did last month, I've got some leftover papers, and this is what we're going to use for, oh, I'm missing a sheet. There we go. This is what we're going to use for our card. And like I said, I'm going to start on the inside. Because we're going to be folding this up, I'll only be doing this part and this part. And I'm going to do that with the honey side. I think that would be really cute on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. First of all, I need it, my width is 5.5. Again, I'm going to cut it at 5.25 because I just want a little bit of edge. So 5.25 it is. And then my top piece is 2.5. So I'm going to cut that at 2.25. It's going to be my top piece here. And then my middle piece is 4.25. So I'm going to cut that at 4. And that's going to be my inside piece here. I've also got some chalk ink, and this is in Coltsfoot Stimmons, but it's a nice yellow, and I'm going to add that to the edges before I adhere this. Nice little inking out. Let's do the other piece. Just a little soft ink on the edges, and now we're just going to go ahead and adhere this. And again, I'm just using leftovers from the card that I did last week. I thought these would be cute. I'm really digging the decorative cards. And then again, like I said, I'm going to do this to leave a little bit of a white border. And this comes together so quickly once you decide how you want to do this. Okay, remember that's going to go up. So look how cute that looks so far. Alrighty, next we're going to go to our little inside piece. And I decided I wanted to use one of these little cards on the bigger piece of it. And I think I'm going to use the Sweet as Honey sentiment. So we're going to cut that down first. All right, and so we know our inside piece is, it is 3.25. So we're going to cut this just under that because I want this to completely cover it. So we're going to cut, let's see where we're at here. We're at 3.75. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of this side and a little bit off of this side, and we're going to measure it again. And that's perfect. And we're going to take our ink. Well, I need to trim that little bitty sliver off the top there. There we go. Now we're going to take our ink, and again, just ink this up. I'm going to add that in here. And so now we're going to have that like that. And so we're going to add something here because this isn't going to open. Let me see if you can see it here. This is what it's going to look like here. So once it's inside, you're not really going to see that, but you will be able to pull it out. So we are going to, let's see what we have here. Inside. No, we're going to keep that for another card. Inside. Do we want to add this again? No, I think that would be too busy, so we're not going to use that sheet. All right, let's see. Let me find another sheet and we'll be right back. Okay, so I found a scrap for us. We're going to use this. It was from this sheet right here, and it's the butterflies, and we're just going to cut them. We're going to cut the one end butterfly off. That should do it. We're going to save that. We may fussy cut that. And we're going to take our yellow ink. And we're just inking up the edge. You can barely see the yellow on this, but at least we know we did it. Got a little off the edge, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that up. And I'm going to hit that with a little more ink there. And what I decided to do is this little drop down. I'm going to leave that blank because then I can go ahead and write a little note in this. And so we're going to go ahead and take care of the outside before we put this together. And we're going to use one sheet and we're going to use both sides. So we're going to use this side and this side for down at the bottom. So I need 2 inches. I believe this one is. Actually, we're just at 2 inches. So we're going to cut a little less than 2 inches. And we've got to make that our 5 1/4 as well. That's going to go there. And our next sheet, we need to cut. That's 2 1/2, so we're going to put that at 2 1/4. Okay, we've got those 2 sheets. And again, we're going to add more ink. And I'm using the gingham side and the floral side. Attaching these. Oh, we forgot to cut this down. Oh, this is going to be a sticky situation. 5 1/4. That wasn't too bad. We just got to add some more adhesive and some more ink. Why don't you guys tell me I forgot to do that? So, attaching that like that. Now let's put this together. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your little piece, this Z fold, and I'm going to pull that off. There we go. And our directions tell you to put this all the way up against the score, but not over it. And you want to put it with the adhesive side up. So it's going to go like this, and make sure you've got it centered. And then you're going to fold this over. So now when you open it, it does this, and you're going to fold that up. Oh, and I am off center after I'm telling you to make sure that you center it. And I got it off center, but you know what? It's done. If you've got some undo and you get it off centered, you can go ahead and fix it with your undo. All right, where are my scissors? Because these nails are just not cutting it with this. There we go. We got that off, and then you're just going to fold that up. And so we've got our card. You open it, that. And then you can pull that out and put your sentiment in there if you like. And then make sure that that's all down. And then we're just going to pop that right back in there. But that's your little pop-up card. Now let's work on the belly band, what's going to hold this together. And so again, we've got the belly band. I put the glue on the wrong side. It tells you to just put it halfway. I took it all the way. Let's see what we can do with this. I know what we can do with this. We're going to take it off. And I just did all this backwards as well too. So we're going to fold that over and we're going to fold that down. So we see how much, and we've got adhesive left in there. What I'm going to do is just take my little powder thingamajiggy. And if you didn't know, you can use powder, cornstarch, any type of powder to take something that was sticky and make it non-sticky. And so that's what we're doing here. No longer sticky, and there we have it. Okay, disaster averted. But the other thing is, we should have decorated this before we close it up. But that's going to be your belly band on here. And so what I want to do is, I'm going to take one of these tags, and I'm going to cut this out, because it's going to go on the cover of our belly band. Okay, and we're also going to ink this. And then I'm going to set it aside for a moment. We're going to take this off, and we're going to cover this. And I think I want to use... Do we want to use that, or do we just want to go straight with a piece of our gingham? I'm thinking maybe we just go with some of our gingham around it. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to cut this 2-inch strips. And that's 2 inches by 4 1/4. Yep, and actually I'm going to take just a tiny bit off the top. Okay, and then I'm going to take another little tiny bit off of this side. And of course we're going to ink the edges. Okay. And we're going to fold this over, do the same thing. Now I'm going to grab some foam tape because now is where we're going to have some fun. We're going to decorate our belly band. Now if you want to put yours on first and then decorate it, that's perfectly fine so you can see where it's going to sit. Now I know I want to attach this. I've also got some flowers here that I'm probably going to add in. And I've also got, let's see. You know what? I'm going to punch this hole on here. Let me find my hole punch. Because I think I'm going to attach. We're going to attach some string to that as well. We're going to use some just regular twine. Get this all tied off and we'll be back. Okay, so I tied this in a bow and I added some foam tape to the back of this. And we're going to go ahead and attach this to our belly band. And it's going to be a little off center here. I want it up a little bit higher. So it's going to be off center and a little bit higher. And then I did go ahead and fussy cut that little butterfly that we had left over. So I cut him out. I've got one of the flowers from the kits as well. And again, I don't know if I told you, this is our May Cards, Tags, and More kit. And you can find it on our website at www.trejoliekits.com. There's still a couple left, so you may want to head over there and check them out. And while you're there, you know what? So you don't miss out on a kit, you can go ahead and subscribe. And you can subscribe to one kit, all 3 kits, or any combination of kits. It's up to you. We're going to add our little butterfly here. So we're just blooming in butterflies here. And speaking of subscribing, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe down below so that you will be notified every time we upload a video. So we're going to add that there. And then what I've got is, these are from my stash. These are Tim Holtz. What are these? These are called their Chit Chat stickers. Or no, Small Talk. And we're going to use these. I see exactly what I want to go on here. And I like that they come in black and white. And for me, I like the contrast that this black is getting ready to add to this. So we're going to add Do Your Best right here to our belly band. And we're going to keep it simple with this one, just like this. So here we've got our card. Our belly band's going to slide off. And then we open up. And like I said, you can pull this out. It says Sweet as Honey. And then you can add a sentiment. Or better yet, how about sticking a gift card in here? This would be perfect for gift cards. But this is our first card. And now that you know how to do this, I'll be back to show you our second card. I don't think I'm going to do it on camera, but I'll be back to show you once it's done. Okay, so here is card number 2. I went on ahead and did this off camera, but what I did was I decided to give everything another layer in black and back it, and we used some different color, different paper this time. I used the bees and the honeycombs, and again, same thing. I left that blank, and I took one of the cards. This time I used Life is Sweet. And so we can bend that, slide it back on the inside there. Now this one is a little bit thicker because I decided to do 2 layers of paper, and I use the green paper, and this is the front and the back of the green paper that I used. I added some little pearls here. Actually went back in and added some rhinestones to our first card, and then for my belly band this time I just decided to do some flowers. Found this little resin black bee in my stash, and I added Be Awesome today, and the tag is from the mini laser die cuts in the kit. So again, you can find this kit on our website at www.trejoliekits.com. Oops, my flowers aren't dry yet, so they're sliding around. Gotta be careful with that. And so because this one is a little thicker, you got to maneuver a little bit to get your belly band on, but it will still fit. Let me add some more glue, because like I said, my flowers are sliding around. Alright, so these are the 2 cards today. Again, this has been our May cards, tags, and more kit, and you can find it on our website at www.trejoliekits.com. Take a look around, pick up some kits, and go ahead and subscribe. And speaking of subscribing, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on this video so you will always be notified when we upload some videos. So this has been Kim for Tre Jolie Kits. Thanks. Bye.